Well, hey, B, it's JamiThatsMe here. Girl, we are back, honey. We got to get into Belle Collective. Y'all know the ladies done got into some things this episode, and that's what we got to do. We got to get into some things as well, okay? So please make sure you're coming into the video. You are liking up the video, and we are about to get into it, okay? So first of all, we're going to start with the ladies on the inside of the house, okay? So Selena and Marie. I'm sorry, not Selena and Marie, but Latrice and Marie, okay? They are being friendly with each other. You got Marie in the kitchen. She's cooking hot dogs for everybody. She done made some hot dogs for Miss for Miss Latrice and stuff. And Latrice actually ate the hot dog, child. She actually gives a she actually starts talking about um their relationship. Okay. She talks about how Marie hurt her feelings. They got off to a bad start at the very beginning. And Marie is like, but you hurt my feelings though. You know what I'm saying? And Letitia, not Letitia, but Latrice is just like, well, listen, I just feel like every time we're about to get on the same accord and we about to be cool, some stuff always pops off on social media. And I think you get in your feelings about what be on social media. And Marie is like, no, that be you. And I said, no, that's both of y'all. Okay, y'all are both successful women. Y'all both have taken digs at each other's company. Y'all are both very sensitive women. You know what I'm saying? And y'all clearly, I think they may have some things in common aside from the fact that Latrice doesn't have children or anything. And of course, I don't believe Latrice's mom was on drugs as Marie's mom, but I don't think y'all had just like the perfect childhood, and I don't think y'all was raised with money or anything like that. So I'm sure both of your families rely on you a lot. Like y'all got a lot in common potentially. So I mean, maybe that's why y'all clash a bit. But it was good to see them kind of moving to a better place. I do feel like if Marie and Latrice actually got along, it would be some interesting stuff to see on this show. Okay, I think it would be pretty entertaining, and they could potentially be wearing the ladies out together. Who knows? Okay, but that's what's going on with them. So everything seems to be on the up and up for the moment, but we'll see how everything gonna play out for real. Now, Sophia and Selena, they're still outside. They're having their talk, and Sophia says although they got into it at the event at the house, the hair thing or whatever, she says, we were full of emotion, and it is what it is. Right now what I want to do is I want to focus on the kids. And Selena said, well, wait a minute. Okay, I want to focus on the kids too, and guess what? That's always my focus. But what you're not gonna do is hopscotch your way out of this. We're gonna go back to that very moment because I need to understand why were you coming at me with that type of energy? Because you really was coming at me like you wanted a problem with me, like you charged at me, like girl, I really didn't even do that to you, and you was just giving a little too much, right? So then Sophia was like, well, your interpretation and your breakdown of what happened and mine are clearly different. Like, but you know what, girl, I'm not gonna go down that road with you, girl. I'm not. I'm trying to move on. Like, girl, I'm not trying to go down that road. So Selena says, no. Yeah, I think she said something, and Sophia was just like, I did press charges, you know what I'm saying? Because I had a knot on my head or whatever. And Selena was like, but girl, you had charged at me though. And I need to understand why your guards is up now. Like, why is the guards up now? But you sat up there and told the courts that you're okay with being in the same space as me. So why do you have your guards up now? And Sophia says, ma'am, I'm not going to go there with you. Just understand this. I'm at a place where I'm ready to move forward. I don't know why your guards are up either. Because I understand that, you felt attacked or whatever. You said that you had to seek medical attention, which led you to pressing charges against her, whatever. Y'all have moved past that moment, and you have said that you told your attorney to let the judge know that you are okay with both of y'all occupying the same space within oh so much a feet or whatever it was you agreed to be near her. So I think that's why Selena was like, well, why are your guards up now when you just said that you're okay with being around me? So really what it is I do feel like Sophia is over this. I feel like Sophia is over it. I think JJ is making her feel like she should still be mad at it. I think that Sophia would like to receive an apology from what happened, and maybe a little piece of respect. But to just sit in this forever knowing that she's going to have to be around her at some point because of the show, and it's obvious they want her on the show, meaning Selena. I do think part of her wanting to move forward is because of the show. She going to have to film with her. But then, and she doesn't want to miss no money because honestly, if you ain't filming on certain scenes or on certain days, because Selena is, you ain't about making no money, right? So you ain't trying to miss out on your coins, and I get that. But then also, I feel like she just over it. Like she's just ready. Like, can we move on, right? So there's that. All right. Sophia says, she wasn't going there with her. She says, listen, I ain't got no issue with you. And because you're going to be around the Bells and y'all cool and stuff, Selena's like, before you even go there, girl, before it was ever a collective, these people were my friends. So I was always around. Okay, before you even try and go there. Sophia says, listen, I'm just trying to get on a better accord, okay, with you. All right. I'm trying to make sure that we good so your girls can have a relationship with their daddy. And Selena said, well, girl, they're not gonna be able to have no relationship with dad because they gotta have a relationship with you. Okay. And then Sophia said, well, you're going to have to talk to him about that. I don't know why you coming at me like that. And Selena said, that's because you the wife. Okay. That's why, like, why don't you let him know how you really feel? Like, you the one that's saying that you over it, but it's clearly still some friction because you over here talking about you got your guards up and all this other stuff. So, I mean, I'm expecting you to communicate how you need to with your husband. All right. So Sophia said, but then why you get an attitude though? Okay, because you over here getting you getting an attitude, and I don't appreciate the fact that you sit over here put words to my fucking mouth. And then Selena said, well, wait a minute, BIT, you the one over here cussing. I'm smiling. I'm good. Okay, I ain't got no attitude, girl. I'm fine. I'm just trying to get an understanding of what the hell really going on. Okay, that's all. So Sophia says that she knew Selena. She was like, listen, I know that you angry and stuff. And Selena said, girl, I'm not even angry, bitch. I'm just hurt. I'm hurt. I'm hurt about all of this drama, all of this stuff we got going on. And she starts crying. Okay. She's really upset. I think she's hurt about the charges being pressed against her. I think she's hurt about people treating her like she is the villain when it's been so many times that she's held her peace when it came to the situation. Just Sophia, JJ hurt in general. I truly feel like JJ is the problem. Not only is he showing that on the show, but if these ladies haven't been able to be on the same page for many a years, it's because, in my opinion, JJ has kept up the BS. I do believe that. I do, but I don't know if it's resentment of Selena not being there, let him tell it, and him having to take care of the girls or something. I don't know if it's that, or he hate that she left him or something, or the marriage didn't work. I don't know what it is, but JJ got some unresolved stuff going on, high key. And I think that it's more than what she said on YouTube. I also think he's upset that the girls chose to be on their mama side with things. And JJ's the problem for me. Sorry. Okay. So when Sophia sees her crying and stuff like that, Selena's like, what did I do to you? What have I done? Because I don't know. And Sophia said, you haven't done anything. And she says, but we can fix our relationship. And she goes to her and she hugs her. She says she's sorry. She don't want her to hurt or nothing. And Selena says she apologizes for what she did. She says, I don't go around and just hit on people. You know what I'm saying? Unless I feel threatened. Like, that's not me. I don't just start fighting people. That's not what I do. And yeah, she got emotional and they had a moment and they hugged it out. And I feel like that was a real moment to me. I feel like that was a genuine moment. Even if it was about, I got to get okay with her because I got to film with her. Like, even if it was about that, I think they had a decent moment. It may have started off okay and then it got a little rough, but to hug her and let her know you're sorry and vice versa, I enjoy seeing it. I was glad to see it. Like, hug it out. Let's move on. It don't got to be that deep because whether y'all like it or not, y'all are still going to somewhat be family in a sense. So, kind of. Not really, but kind of. So, let's move on. So, I like that moment for them. And I know JJ's not going to like it at all. So, when they get inside, everybody was surprised they came in together and everything was good. And, they laughed and stuff. And Selena was like, well, I'm going to go before the guys get here. And Sophia's like, yeah, sis, you might want to go because you ain't make up with JJ yet, honey. So, she got out of Dodge. And then the guys came there and the ladies updated them and said Latrice and Marie seem to be on a decent page at this time. And then they talk about how Sophia and Selena had a talk and JJ is taken aback and he's pressed about it because he's like, wait a minute. I thought we was on one accord about how we was moving. No, Nick, that's how you're moving. Okay, that's how you're moving. And I hate it for Sophia because she has to show up like she always got to please him all the damn time. And that shows up with how her daughter clocks her and tells her about how she shows up for her husband and supports him, but doesn't really support her kids that same way. I don't know what that's about. Okay. I feel like you could be a wife and not be on the same page and also tell that man that's how you feel. I don't feel that way, so I'm not gonna operate in that same space as you. When you get out of your shit, then you get out of it. But don't expect me to sit and soak with your ass. I'm sorry. Okay? Now we can show a united front in public. However, I don't got no issue with that lady. Okay? So that's on you. Y'all figure that shit out, okay? So anywho, so he doesn't seem to be too happy about the news, all right? They're packing up because they only had what it seemed like they only had the location for about 2 days or so. Child really was given a weekend trip in and out because, anywho. So they pack up the things, they're leaving, and Willie is talking to Akeisha and she was asking about the night and stuff and how it went. And he said, I think it was cool, but I think I just learned that I'm an asshole. Let them tell it. I'm the new Marie. So Willie says, listen, I've always respected both of them, even though I may not have been close or anything like that. But I definitely hope that it's a mutual feeling, that they also have respect underneath all of those jokes and things that they have to say. And it's like they don't respect you. They telling you exactly how they feel. They just laughing with it to soften the blow so you don't beat their ass is what it's giving. Sophia, first Latrice talks to Cliff about Marie and says they had a conversation and says sometimes you just gotta leave people where they at or whatever. That didn't really let me know if they actually moved forward or if they didn't move forward. If they got an understanding or they didn't, I don't know. But Sophia tells JJ about the conversation she had with Selena, and JJ says it's not about his daughter's mama. I said, "Oh, baby, he's trying to make sure he don't say Selena name. It's not about my daughter's mama. Our main goal is to make sure that our grandkids are straight. And I ain't got to have no relationship with her at all because my kids are grown." Well, you ain't even trying to have no relationship with your grown ass kids. You just trying to have a relationship with your grandkids. Well, guess what? You can't have no relationship with your grandkids if you don't go through the parents. How about that? So, anywho, have a conversation with your child or your children. Let's get to Essie and Marie because, of course, Essie is still waiting to receive, her lungs. She's getting herself prepared. I believe she's going to be on the donors list and stuff like that. So she's hoping to, get that resolved soon. Hopefully, when you ain't on that list, I can imagine how long the wait can be. And it's sad because I feel like you literally waiting for, in my opinion, somebody to pass away and donate their organs, okay? Or somebody to pass away, not be an organ donor and hope that the family agrees to give up their organs so that you can have them. Like, whew, girl, I can imagine. Okay, so that's what she's dealing with and hoping that things work out in her favor. And she says that she does feel confident. She says she feels really confident about it. So she's feeling good. She's not allowing herself to feel and think no other way than what than what makes her feel good because she don't have the time for that. Letitia walks in. Marie and her have a chat about the promotional items. Seems like it's not as big of a deal as I thought it would have been. And it also seems like I'm thinking Letitia's people were supposed to have Marie's stuff and set it up. But it seems like Marie was supposed to have her own people set it up. She was supposed to bring it there and have them set it up. I don't know. Whatever it was, it's not a big deal no more. Letitia had her biopsy and she appears to be just fine. Marie is getting her doctorate. She's graduated. She's going to have a graduation party and she's excited about that. So they're going to work on planning that. Now, Selena is at the house with the girls, and they're supposed to be starting a boutique together. I guess this is just going to be an online boutique starting off. And I think that may not be a bad idea. I feel like they all have a range of different styles that they can offer. Like one of her daughters has been pregnant. You can model maternity attire for women. Okay, on there. And then you got your other twin. Y'all have a similar body shape, so she can model different styles. And then you got Sanjay having a different style for the young adults. And then you got Selena that's a bit more mature that may dress a bit differently. So I'm like, okay, that's not bad. But y'all are actually going to have to get out here and really push the clothing line and really make it into something because it really could be something. It's just going to be about the dedication that y'all are going to put behind it. You know what I'm saying? And don't let this just be like a pop-up idea that y'all are not going to actually put effort into. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully it works out for him. I don't think it's a bad idea. But she does sit down and tell the girls about her conversation with Sophia and how Sophia felt bad and how she didn't want her to hurt and she apologized and moved forward. And I said, so you not going to tell them about you crying? You're not going to tell them about the full conversation, just a little piece? Okay. Well, either way, the daughters felt like it wasn't genuine. They feel like the only reason why she apologized was because they got to be around each other because of this show. So let me just apologize. And I feel like even if that is the case, they still need to move forward. Okay? So I feel like Selena should not allow her daughters to change her mind on that, in my opinion. I feel like she should just go off of it based on how she feels. Don't let them determine how you feel about this situation. If you felt like Sophia was being genuine in that moment, then continue to believe that until she show you otherwise. And then operate from that space. Because in Sophia's head, she may be thinking that y'all are good because you seem genuine. So let's just move forward with that, all right? Latrice and JJ, they're going to have a dual grand opening. Come to find out, Taste is directly across the street from Goddess Lens. All right, so she's going to get that all set up, and she's concerned because she wants Cliff to be available to her on that day as well, versus being over there at Taste trying to plan things out for Glenn and take it away from her moment. She feels like Glenn is going to manipulate his way and overshadow her event. I don't think he really is, but if anybody's going to manipulate anything, I do feel like it's going to be Cliff over Glenn, because he's the one who came up with this idea to throw this party for him anyway. So you really need to look at your husband before you look beyond, in my personal. All right. I don't think the dual idea is like a bad thing, but I do feel like y'all could have made a weekend of it, in my opinion, instead of doing everything on the same day. You could have did your Goddess Lengths on that Friday, followed up with something on that Saturday. But if it's hours apart from each other, cool. You could do your grand opening that afternoon or something, and then later on that night, y'all follow us on over to Taste, because that's where we're going to be at. All right, so whatever, they're going to do a dual grand opening. It is what it is. I feel like, although she's upset about Glenn having his party, I feel like look at it from a business standpoint when it comes to marketing. Having his party at your grand opening doesn't necessarily take away from the grand opening, in my opinion. If anything, it shows the party goers, the patrons, that, hey, you know, oh, they do parties in here too. Well, hey, guess what? I want to book my party for the end of this month. How can I go about doing that? Right? So I feel like that's just showing another thing of what y'all can do with your establishment. So it don't have to be a negative thing. It's just about how you look at it, in my personal, okay? What's next? What else we got? Sophia does a health fair. So, Akeisha is helping her get prepared for that. Okay, pulling everything together. Sophia has been running ragged. She got a lot on her mind. She's trying to show up for so many other people. So she just got a lot going on, and she ends up getting emotional, saying that I'm trying to be here, and I'm so focused on JJ relationship with his daughters that I'm not focused on a relationship with my daughter, because she ends up talking to her daughter about it, and her daughter tells her, you know, I feel like if you would have supported me, then I would have never been on that bridge. Okay? And I don't know if you know how to show up for people. Then she said, wait a minute, you do. The same way that you were tapped in with your husband to know he was uncomfortable enough to leave an event, you should be that tapped in with me, with your child, to know when my energy is shifting as well. It makes Sophia sensitive and emotional, because she knows that she shows up for JJ and always has, more than she shows up for her daughters. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's how it's supposed to be, in my personal, okay? That's just me. Okay, but good for you. You figuring it out, okay? Now, she does do this health event, and it talks heavily about mental and physical health. I thought that was a really good event. I feel like it was better than Letitia's brunch, in my personal opinion. And I feel like she should have had a bigger audience than what she had, because a lot of people need to know and have the tools on how to handle and deal with people that are dealing with mental health and other physical issues. So I thought that was good. Marie has her graduation party. She invited the Bells. She did not invite Latrice, although I'm thinking that they had a decent conversation, but it seems like they didn't. Because remember, Latrice said you got to leave people where they at. So I guess the conversation didn't go too well because she didn't invite her to the graduation. Tambra showed up, And then you had Letitia and Sophia showing up, but they showed up late as hell. And I don't like that. But they showed up. So, anywho, JJ and Glenn talked. And Glenn didn't like how JJ talked to Letitia, right? JJ says that he and his wife gonna always get up and leave to make sure nobody feels uncomfortable, in so many words. We gonna always not show up, or what he said, he used some term. We gonna always do something or get up and go. Like, we gonna always do what makes us feel happy. We don't give a damn about how y'all feel and whether y'all feel it was rude. If we don't feel comfortable, we gonna get up. Your wife did not extend us the courtesy of letting us know she was gonna be there, so we not gonna extend her the courtesy of staying at this event. We have a right to choose how we're gonna move, and we chose to move up out the event. It is what it is, okay? I don't fully fault JJ and them for that. Maybe they could have eased out the room a bit more. Maybe they could have did a better job of easing out the room. But I also feel like they left before the event really got started, for real. So, I mean, it is what it is, you know. I feel like you ain't let them know, so bye. I feel like they had a right to leave. Okay? Anywho, Letitia tells them that they were very rude, as if it wasn't rude for her to not get them a heads up ahead of time to let them know this woman was going to be on this trip, and y'all can shake and move how you choose to, because she's coming. I don't know what event she's going to come to, but she'll be there. And then she going to say, well, I invited her. I didn't know what event she was going to show up to. You knew damn well that lady was going to be at the event, and you had her listed as the hostess. And I hope they hold you accountable for that at the reunion. So she tells Sophia that, my issue with you is that you talk to us one way, but when you get around JJ, it's a different conversation. And you're not on the same page. And I need you to figure that out. And she tells, this is when Sophia tells Letitia, like, I hear you, but I'm good. Like, I'm moving forward. Like, I'm okay. Right? That's what she says. And I'm like, yeah, you need to keep that same energy all the way around, though. Because you do be trying to please JJ and his feelings. Right? But if he mad with her, let him be mad. You're over it. Because what happened to you happened to you. And you have a right to decide on how long you're going to be upset and how long you're not going to be upset. Okay? So there's that. Yeah, and then Glenn and Willie. At the end of the episode, we get a preview for next week's episode, and Glenn gonna get into it with somebody. I had to slow it down so I could see who is this person, and it looks like Willie and JJ about to get into it, almost come to blows, because JJ, I'm sorry, not JJ, but Glenn and Willie. Glenn is that insecure within himself and so bothered by Willie because he thinks that Willie thinks he's better than them. No, you think Willie is better than y'all. Willie is not from y'all area, so Willie doesn't do the things that y'all do. And a lot of ways that y'all talk doesn't come off as though y'all are being mature when it comes to how y'all go about respecting y'all relationships and all of that and your women and stuff. So I'm with Willie on that, and I hope that he folds your ass up, in all honesty, okay? But that's all I got. That's all I got for Belle Collective. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below, honey. I'm Jami, that's me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they died of me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.